supposed to do with that? It's 5:51 in the morning. Yeah, now it's like quiet in a stupid way, but all somebody has to do is drive by, bang on something really loud, and it's worse than just something. It's too bad I'm not like a scientist in any like official way, because I mean, what a waste of. You could at least learn something important to like help people somehow all the time. Like something with this binaural beats absorbs the environment or something. It's an effort to get words out. I have to put a little extra pressure to just get the words out right now. I don't know what's going on. I want to take a shower. I smell sweaty. Yeah, what? People giving you evidence on purpose. Like, here, bitch, we're gonna do this again and again until you record us doing it and then send it to management. And then when management ignores you or whatever, again, like, why would you have me follow, like, a path down the woods? I mean, like, they could have, whatever the fuck has been fucking with me could have, like, been done and left, and they got, like, away with it a long time ago. If they just, like, stopped fucking with me. But because they keep fucking with me, it's like they're trying to get you to tell on them. Which is weird. Yeah, sure, they think that they'll get away with it forever. They'll just act like you're crazy, maybe. We're just doing our job. No, because you have, like, night after night different... Like, the garbage truck coming and it being, like, fine. And it's, like, a soft sound. And they drive away. Like, you hear them, but, like, barely. And then you have, like, tonight, where it feels like they bashed it right under your window or something. And it picked it up on my camera. It was so loud. Like, it even sounds loud on the camera. Totally different thing. Same company, same guy, or what? Yeah, don't have garbage things right under her window. I don't know. It like they came by at 3:50 tonight, and then it's like somebody came again at 4:30, but they were like just making rumbling sounds. Maybe they were literally moving the trash cans. That's not a normal noise. Like, it's like they were dragging the bins somewhere. But it also didn't sound like the Doppler effect, like it's moving away or even like coming close to you. It just sounded like somebody making like rumbling noises. Yeah, it didn't sound like pulling it away. It just sounded like fucking with the cans. So I don't know. Yeah, the Doppler effect really plays into like that's how you can tell the sirens are bullshit and they just buzzed your apartment and then drove on because it doesn't go all the way up the street. Science. 7th grade science. No, I guess that was 8th grade. We did a whole unit on sound. Sound and light, waves, and we had to like make a little book thing. It was a whole thing. Yeah, I really liked that teacher too. He was cool. He was one of the cool ones. He was friends with the art teacher. And the art teacher used to be like eccentric guy. And he'd take the biggest thing he could find, like just something like absurdly huge, and make a pass out of it for you to go back to class. So you had to carry like this big ass thing as a pass for class. That was like fun stuff. It's nice to have a good memory once in a while. And that science teacher would save them if that's the point. Anyway, yeah, that's a sad thought. All of these people are definitely going to pass away. And you, like... Yeah, it's not a normal high school. I don't know. Like, other people wouldn't give a shit, really, about their teachers or something. I can't believe I'm in this stupid fucking position. This is fucking stupid. It's so stupid. It's crazy and stupid. Yeah, all of a sudden the idea of like all those adults, house parents, teachers, administrators, like how could you have let this happen to me? Fuck my parents. They were incompetent. They were deemed incompetent by the state. But like, there was no expectation of the whole point of being at the school, right? Because they couldn't do shit. But like, all of you guys, there's so many of you that would like know better than my parents ever did. And I got trapped in a Nazi camp, like... I don't even know if they're still there. That's true. I don't know how many of the teachers are the same teachers at all. What the fuck is this? It's a simulation or something, dude. It's not even like... What Kurt Vonnegut said, we become what we pretend to be, so be careful what you pretend to be, right? And like the Stanford prison experiment, where people acted like guards and people acted like prisoners, and somehow it compounded on itself and got worse and worse. So like don't be submissive or they become more dominant, kind of like. Don't let them play Nazi cop, because then they'll be more of a Nazi cop. Whatever the fuck is going on. I should have lived to be 100 years old. I'm not just like fodder for some fucking experiment in a machine. Yet nobody is. Nobody is supposed to be. It's like you didn't have kids. The other day, I looked through Instagram, and just for like the hashtag of like, I turned 35 today, happy birthday to me, or 35 years old, people that had tagged themselves as specifically 35. and just trying to see, like, the various, what people look like at this age, what they're dressed like, what they're doing on their birthday, who's around them, how many of them have, like, kids, and a lot of them have kids, like multiple kids. It started because of um one girl posting, she does like fun family portraits or something. I guess she is like advertising through the portraits somehow. There was like one, and it's like a sneaky little ad for Bark Thins, and another one that's like for Lenovo. So she's kind of like using her family, and yeah, it's something she likes to do. It is like the portraits are really cool, but I don't know. It's like, hey mom, remember when we went to Ireland and did those spooky pictures? Like, was that actually just like an ad for Disney? And he's like, yeah, that's what paid for it. There was, or something, to go in the first place. And so somehow your family and your life becomes like a commercial. Yeah, that's weird. That's like what, like another sci-fi story cooking up in my brain the past few days, where like you have somebody from the past go to the future, and you're like, you guys aren't actually all that advanced. I thought you'd be way more, like, this is fucked up. And they didn't know how it was fucked up until like the past person is actually the one that's like, oh no, yeah, this is not the timeline we wanted to happen. And like this would be one of those things. Yeah, it's not like freedom and stuff. It's, you're a commodity. You just sign up for it and you don't realize it. Anyway. Yeah, well, at 1:16, they were making some kind of noise that I didn't pick up on my camera, but it made me say, like, oh, I hope you die, which is a stress remark. I don't really hope anybody dies, but, like, I'm scared and alone and stressed out. It's just something that comes out of your mouth. I'm supposed to be the one to control my response when you're torturing me? No, I hope you die. Like, just like vanquish the demon. Like, yeah, if I say be vanquished, what a geek. Like, just fucking drop dead. Like, but like I said that, and then whatever the fuck revved their engine, and like, as if they can hear me or something. It kind of like illustrated how it feels like someone's like spying on me. And then the garbage can waking me up, like I was like asleep. And yet it was really loud. And I just like, are you supposed to live here till you're 75? Just like, no, who knows what the fuck they want to do with this building, this area. How many times do you have to say people were straight up yelling, get out, go home in 2020? And then you're going to say you're not being harassed. Yeah, and all of it, just like, who are you supposed to tell, I guess, is the big joke. Like, the president, the UN, Human Rights Watch, the ACLU, some philanthropic organization that's supposed to protect people. Who were you supposed to tell? Yeah, that you hear a revving, rumbling motorcycle, like it's little in the distance. But all of a sudden, in the quiet, it's just like. It's like there's always people parked around or something, waiting to like do shit. Yeah, we're gonna put you in a nice, quiet home where it's nice and quiet. Get the fuck off of my life. I don't want you to do anything to me. At all. Some thought goes through my brain about forgiveness, and I don't know where the fuck that comes from. Forgiving who for what? We're gonna hurt you, and you have to forgive us. Over and over again, every day. Yeah, I've explained how religion is full of shit. That all these people just that's like why they run to religion in the first place. They do fucked up things without regret, and then they just go to religion to be forgiven for them. I'm not religious. Like, it's all a hypocrisy. So I don't understand why I'm being sucked into somebody's like fucking bullshit to even have to explain this. Yeah, I mean, and there's like some idea of as like an American, and you go through like history, the idea that colonizers fucked over people over and over again, and what do you expect to be forgiven? But these people around me are white. They're white. They're white as the driven snow. They're white. There's no one I haven't. Who's native? Who's indigenous? Who even has the right to fucking make a claim like that? Like this is about forgiving the colonizer and how much you don't want to be like married in a governmental sense, and like some no, that's just some kind of like fucking. It's like a wolf in sheep's clothing. Some bullshit crap that they're using. That's like a real argument from certain populations who aren't running around trying to force everybody. There's not even enough of them to do this kind of thing. It's a bunch of like Irish Catholics pretending to be like indigenous. Some shit that's hard to explain. This is not a story of pilgrims and Native Americans. This is like, yeah, just Nazis that infiltrated the U.S. and they don't care what game they have to play to get what they want. Yeah, that. Just the fascist shit. They don't really give a fuck about history. They don't really give a fuck about social justice or historical justice. They're just like using that to fuck with people. Metal Urca. Are you in the United States or abroad? Or some, I mean, like as if those are the only options. Are you in the U.S.? They said hi. Is fascist still existing? Because if you're in Europe, I think that that like half a dozen countries just elected like fascist leaning leaders and shit. Yeah, it's like a worldwide problem. How many people are dead globally? What the fuck was COVID actually? You're from the Philippines. Yeah, our president kills drug addicts casually. I've heard. He's not the president anymore, right? And if you're like making this up, that's exactly the kind of shit I'm talking about. Someone pretending that they're from the Philippines to try to scare people is like 7 layers of racist. Yeah, well, you wouldn't be killing me. Toxic fucking piece of shit. Like, yeah, I'm taking a photo of your fucking little joke. And we celebrate it. Do you celebrate it? I'm half-hearted. You should be fully against killing anybody. Because that's the human thing to be. Yeah, our entire state passed Measure fucking 110. It's like what the idea that they invited a bunch of people here to kill people on purpose because they passed the Measure 110 because they didn't really want it to be a precedent for the planet. There's other countries, Uruguay, Portugal, Sweden, that have lax drug laws. Are they killing everybody there too? Better to kill addicts than putting them in prison and feeding them. I am not vaccinated. Okay. What is... Are you not vaccinated because you don't trust the government, or they didn't get to you, or it was hard to get like, why didn't you get vaccinated? To be honest, I don't even know if this is a real conversation. I don't trust Western vaccines. Places develop their own vaccines in-house. A few countries, and we didn't have access to the vaccine they developed. I don't know specifically about the Philippines. That's none of your business. But nice way to like try to ask me that. They asked, are you vaccinated? Because when I export the video, it won't have the chat on the bottom. I have to manually, like, put it in. They did this thing called the Johnson & Johnson, they had a Johnson & Johnson vaccine they deliberately gave to the homeless because it was one shot instead of 2, like Pfizer and Moderna. That's what we had available here. I'm trying to like have a real conversation with you, but I don't really trust this conversation at all. The way that you've been so like suddenly pointed feels like suspicious. Just all of a sudden out of nowhere. For all I know, you're my sister fucking stalking me because you sound like her, and she would do this. Well, it's been 4 years. Do you think you'll get vaccinated now? I will not. I tried to resign from work because of the vaccine. Did they have a mandate? Like you had to work? Oh, that sounds... The bosses didn't fire you. They backed you up on not going to work, or they backed you up on not getting vaccinated? They allowed me to work still. See, it's more of a problem for the unvaccinated person than it is for the vaccinated person. Like the vaccinated person has a protection. The unvaccinated person is the one that could get sick. So like you're not the threat. The you're the one being threatened. I'm looking up rollout for the Philippines national began on March 1st, 2021, shortly after 600 of Sinovac. I've never even heard of Sinovac. General Hospital Director Gerardo Legaspi. Yeah, where's the like Human Rights Watch, the UN? I feel like there's no way that this isn't being like considered a worldwide genocide. You had AstraZeneca, Sinovac, the Sputnik one. Oh, you had a bunch of ones that we didn't. Unless I'm misreading that. Hold on. It's like difficult to. From the position I'm sitting in. Let me try to set something up here. You thought Sinovac was better? The name is. I mean, it's just a name, but. I believe in vaccines as a medical technology. I just think everything was a bit suspicious and fast and. China made. No, don't say China made the virus. That's not. Created a vaccine that would not harm their own people. I don't believe that. I feel like we're gonna get into like some racist war shit that like it's just an excuse to kill people in a war. Send all these kids to go die somewhere. That's what war is for. It's like it's another kind of population control. Pfizer was delayed. The idea that you're born on this planet and you're supposed to just let your government do whatever to you because they're bigger than you doesn't seem right. That's not universal human rights. Yeah, there's 7 to 15 million people are dead that wouldn't have been. A lot of your friends young died recently of COVID. I hope you're being sincere because I really am not in the mood to be emotionally fucked with by somebody who's just messing around. I'm not brainwashed. I didn't get vaccinated. No, post-pandemic they died. But of what? Like what were the reasons they died? Like accidents or it had nothing to do with getting sick or they got sick with something else? I will be saving this conversation, by the way. Heart problems. Like, were they all isolated inside and then had heart issues, or? someone did this to steal people's fucking organs or something. I think it's weird that you got the Sputnik vaccine, kinda, because I thought that was just in Russia. Unless I'm just, like, misreading this because I'm mad and going through it too fast. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine was recalled. And that was the one they gave to the homeless population here. Myocarditis. There's no way to check causes after their death. Well, there is. Like, they have a autopsy, but I guess that's expensive or something. My dad died in 2022, and it said he had some kind of heart-related thing happen to him. I'm really sick of the feeling that somebody's just been, like, fucking around as, like, a simulation. Because if you knew some shit would happen, why didn't you say so? You had Novavax, Sputnik Light, which almost sounds like a beer. Sinopharm, Moderna, Johnson, Sputnik 5, Sinovac, AstraZeneca, Pfizer Biotech. Yeah, almost sounds like someone was like, let's see what country's vaccine is trusted the most. I don't know what the fuck is going on. It doesn't sound good, though. I think he got the Johnson & Johnson shot, I think he said. We are in a stage play, just play our part. That's what Shakespeare taught. No, I'm not going to play. My part is not to die in some fucking warped theocracy's passion play. Thank you very much. My one life on this planet wasn't just to be cast as, like, a scapegoat to die so people could feel like they were saved. Just bullshit. I have to pee, I'm sorry. If you want to tell me anything, feel free. I'll be right back. I just want to say that people are behind everything that happens. It's not like a spiritual thing. It's people. It's people with some mistake and warped concept and agenda. It's people. human beings are not The Sims. And I don't know. I may not let that happen. Depends on how this conversation goes. Yeah, I mean, there's happiness when we play our part. No, there's not. I'm not going to let you follow me. I'm going to ban you. Because I refuse to tolerate this fucking bullshit idea of being told to play my part in somebody else's demented little game. I will not. Thank you. And not resisting it would help us escape reality. I don't want to escape reality. I want life to be good and real. I think this is the best thing that happened in your life. Choosing not to be vaccinated. You didn't regret it. You trust your instinct. People and Diddy. People and Diddy? What the fuck does that mean? I followed you, by the way. I hope someone finds your IP address and follows you right back, and it won't be me. It'll be the fucking CIA. You're talking about fucking the rapper controlled something? That's the person. You're not going to talk about Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump and Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. You're going to talk about this rapper guy? Whatever, man. Talk about somebody who has like no comparative power at all. Okay. What a bunch of bullshit. This world is bullshit. I don't want to talk to you at all. I'm banning you. Bye.